It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And today I am going to replant the fountain in its new location in Vista. And there's a couple of really important takeaways that I want to share with you before I even begin. Microclimates. All right, so we know the microclimate that these plants were in Chula Vista. And guaranteed it's not going to be the same here in Vista. So I don't even want to call it a challenge because it's not. It's just life with plants. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in here today, and we're going to see how it goes. You know, as the days and the weeks and the months pass, we may have some plants that say, oh, hell no. We may have some that thrive like crazy that we want to add more of. That's kind of the whole point. You know, don't be discouraged if you do a planting and some of the plants suffer. It's not you. It just means that they're pouting and they're not happy in the spot you put them in. Sometimes it only requires moving them 6 inches to the left or the right to get them to perk up. Other times you've got to find a completely different exposure. But because we work with succulents, we know that they are so forgiving and so resilient and will put up with so much of our crap as to not even be believed. So let's start. You know me, I always like to start with the big stuff. This aloe bloom got broken, so that's okay. We'll just trim it off. I have learned that aloes are something that have to be maintained in a small planting space because the roots are so incredibly prolific. And this aloe left in here alone for an extended period of time would literally take over and choke out everything else. So if you're going to do aloes in a fountain or in a shallow planting, make sure that you remember that every year or 6 months, you need to pull the plant out and trim the roots like so. What this is effectively going to do is just slow down the growth. I also took a bunch of pups off of this aloe because I really don't want it in here pupping. I just want it in here as a single glorious specimen. Okay, all right, and it is a real thriller. So this window, you know, we don't get to see the fountain too much from the inside of the house. It's more for folks walking down the sidewalk or coming up to the front door. So I'm going to do my thriller right here, where it can really be appreciated from people approaching the fountain. And that's what you want to think about, you know, when you're doing an arrangement that is going to be stagnant and stay in the same spot, something that you can't move around from time to time. This ain't going anywhere till I do. Okay, here's another little aloe. You can see that this one had been put in there recently, semi-recently, as a cutting, because you know, all those roots that are coming off of the cut. And I'm not going to completely, you know, remove all of the roots. I'm just going to give them a haircut. And then I will put this guy or girl, because she's smaller, I will put her here. Yeah. This is so fun, too. I mean, I've kind of been low-key wanting to redo this fountain for a while. I've just kind of been too lazy. So I'm super happy that I get this opportunity. And here's a little Dorothea, one of my favorites. Also was recently cut. And you can see she's not as prolific. Doesn't need as much of a haircut. But we'll stick precious little Dorothea right here. Okay, remember we want to do our bigger, taller things first and then fill in with the smaller things. Here is an aloe distans that I grabbed from the garden. And I will put aloe distans back here. Here's an agavoides. I brought all the agavoides from... Sorry for that little interruption. We had a neighbor stop by to say hello. So back to it. This is Echeveria Misty Lilac. And it's one of the, you can see it's a new plant. It's one of my leftovers from a recent project. And I thought it would be fantastic in the fountain. It's very, very root bound. And don't worry, you know, you're looking, if you're a newbie and you look at that 1 gallon and you go, oh gosh, you know, my container's too shallow. No, it's not. Just cut the root ball to suit. We'll take off half of this. It won't hurt the plant one bit. And I like to shave off a lot of the excess soil and roots also, so that I can plant things closer together. Okay, so here's, you know, that's another thing too that I've learned over the years with this, oh God, that's gorgeous, with this fountain, is bigger is better. It's more dramatic and it looks better when I've got some significant plant material in it. So, yeah. All right, so I have significant plant material in it. Now I want to, before I forget, oh, here it is. I brought my Sedum clavatum, my burrow tail, in this Homer bucket. So I'm going to take pieces of it and pop it in the front here. Guess what else is super exciting? This is, I've been tracking the sun out here for the last 24 hours, and I think that I can go back to doing my Senecio rallianus, my string of pearls. Remember in Chula Vista, I was dragging umbrellas around all summer trying to protect it from the sun, and it just never did well. I think it's going to do great here. So I will be pulling some string of pearls in as well, and this is just going to be amazing. Also, I am going to dabble more with fertilizer here in Vista because I am in something of a hurry for things to grow. I want to get as much enjoyment out of them as I can, as soon as I can, so that if our days here are numbered, I can enjoy some mature growth early on. Now look, this is a cutting, clearly. This one's not rooted. No problem. The only challenge is going to be getting it to not fall out. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, yes. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, all right, so here is this gorgeous creature. I think this is Echeveria setosa. And it's got, you know, I could cut this, but this is a plant that will throw off roots from the stem too. And this is big for this plant, and it's really happy. And I don't want it to shrink and stress. So I'm going to plant this one, roots and all, right there. And then I've got, oh gosh, I have so much. Look at this bounty, you guys. Dang, I am blessed. Look at this. This is so cute. Oh yeah, how about that? Cute as that. Oh, also, today is August 10th, and it is a very, very, very special day in the Eubanks house because it marks the 3rd anniversary of Greg's cardiac arrest at the airport in Minnesota. And so it's kind of bittersweet. You know, we obviously we're very happy and thankful to have him. But it's not like your typical birthday because, you know, there's just a lot to unpack with it always. But I will say that this year I do feel more celebratory than I did in the first year and the second year, where I was still, you know, like putting a mirror under his nose at night to be sure he was still breathing. I've kind of stopped doing that now, and I've just taken for granted that he's going to be around forever. I think that was just kind of some PTSD on my part. How are you feeling, Greg? Thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, Greg feels good. He is such a great guy. He was spent the entire day yesterday in the garage, just like the Energizer Bunny. I mean, he just didn't stop from dawn till dark. I kept going out there and trying to tempt him out with food. but I was not successful. But yeah, he's doing terrific. He's doing really, really well, and we are just so thankful. There's just nothing that can get us down or upset us, especially today. When I think about this time last year, there's just nothing that can happen that can get me down. All right, so I'm taking this clavatum, which is also a cutting, and I'm moving this little Dorothier on top of it to kind of hold it steady so it doesn't fall out. Smoke and mirrors. There's way too much stuff. You're probably wondering, well, wait a minute, how does she have, I thought this was all the stuff from the fountain before. No, I did cheat and I took some stuff out of my gutters too. Because you know what? Spoiler alert, I am not going to do anything with those white vinyl gutters here. I never loved the white vinyl gutters. I love the idea of them, but we never painted them, and I wasn't ever in love with the white, and there's nowhere in the back for them. It's too hot back there for starters, and there's just nowhere to put them. So I was thinking, I got the A-OK from our wonderful landlady to remove this mess, and I was thinking if Greg could build me a standard freestanding piece of thing, and I could get some steel or some sort of metal gutter that he could attach to said thing, and then I could stage that in here. This would be a spectacular place for gutters. So stay tuned. We'll see if that transpires.
Tell me that you got the okay to remove that.
Oh, Greg thought, why didn't you tell me you got the okay? I just got the okay yesterday.
Before I went to the dump today.
No, it's okay. He went to the dump today and took a lot of debris, but it's okay. We'll handle that. Because if he were to have taken that down today, then I would have been all up on him to do the thing. This way, I can put on the brakes because we have to stay focused. First, we need to do the back. Okay, let's keep going here. How's our fountain looking, Greg? Is it looking so stunning? So it's going to be really interesting, isn't it, guys, to see if things keep their color here or if they kind of, revert back to green because of the shady situation. What's going to thrive? What's going to pout? Yeah, it's just all fun. Fun. Ooh, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous creature. I want to put everything in the front because everything is beautiful. I don't want to put anything in the back where it can't be seen and appreciated because everything is so pretty. Oh gosh, look at that. Stunning. Maybe some of these things too, I'll leave a little tall so I can plant them in the back. But because of their height, they can be seen from the front. That's a thought. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not putting plants back here because they're ugly. I'm just putting plants back here because I need to put plants back here. Right? We got to fill in the whole thing. We can't leave it just dirt. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Sedum Adolphi. Some might say, oh gosh, that's a hot mess and it needs to be trimmed. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna work with that. Maybe we can put that over here again in the back. And then I'll tuck some things in front of it to conceal some of the trunks. But some of the trunkiness is nice, some of it, because it just makes the plants look like they've been here forever. It makes them look old and weathered and interesting. Okay. I bet the plants are so happy to be reunited again. They're probably talking plant talk to each other. Ooh, this is cool. Here is another really interesting aloe. It looks very brevifolia-like, but obviously not 100% brevifolia. It's got something else in it too. But I like the low profile, compact quality of this and the color. So this was going to be a really, really good one to stick in as a filler in front of all that orange. Yeah. Oh yeah. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we, of course, will be checking in on these gutters together on the regular. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What's working, what's not working. We'll just figure it out as we go. Oh, you know what? This is Sedum California Sunset. And I had these up top in Chula Vista, and I really liked them up top. Okay, I'm going to do another Aloe Nobilis in the back here. I don't have any back in the back. Put this next to the distans. Okay, what is this? What is going on here? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa, yeah, that is not something that I'm working with like that. Not gonna do it. That's gonna have to be taken apart. But I've got more. Lots more clavatum. God, I love this plant so much. This one still has its roots attached. I need to get some going in the back here too. Oh, I know. One of you was asking, you guys are so funny how you just remember everything even more than I do. You were asking about my Dudleya Bretonii and did that make it over here? And you know what? That plant actually went to be with Jesus about a year ago. It just literally withered away to nothing. It was beautiful in my garden for about a decade, and then it just turned up its toes. So no, it didn't make it, unfortunately. But thank you so much for remembering it.
I think Bentley urinated on it.
You think Bentley peed on it, Greg? Yeah. That's possible. Anything's possible, I guess. He is settling in really well. And those of you that commented about him being happier here because he could see, you know, he didn't have the prison wall, and he used to, you know, go out and bark, 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 bark all the time. And you're absolutely right, I think, because he watches the golfers, but he doesn't bark at them because he can see them. So yeah, he is very, very happy. We have found a route. There's a park just a couple blocks down the street, so I walk him on lead to the park and then turn him loose for just a few minutes so he can kind of trot around. He likes that, and then back we come, and he's done and happy for the day. All right, wow, wow, wow. Let's see here. Dang, it is just never, absolutely never ceases to amaze just how many plants you need to do even the smallest arrangement. It's crazy. Here's some more sedum. You know, even if that sedum turns a little green, it's okay. As long as it doesn't etiolate. That's what I'm curious about. You know, is this enough light? Is it bright enough to keep these plants compact? Or are they going to stretch their necks and reach for the light? And if they, you know, if some of them do, we'll know, and I'll just change them out for something else, and we'll keep tweaking it until we get it right. Okay. Running out of big stuff. Here's some more of those phenomenal California Sunset. Love this plant so much. Okay. I took all of your advice, of course, to heart. Thank you all for weighing in on the chairs and the color. I did go ahead and paint them. This is a Echeveria Lola. Love this plant. I did paint them. Some of you suggested that I wait. And, you know, as always, you guys are smart and you're probably right. But I know I'm going to love I know I'm gonna love it. I went ahead and ordered new some new patio furniture today. It turns out it was cheaper just to buy new furniture than to replace the cushions for my old stuff. So how about that, right? Crazy. And I got a couple of rugs on order, and now we just need to find the shade. We need to find a big umbrella. But it's all going to take shape very, very quick. And this, in case you're wondering, the soil that I'm using is Kellogg's Organic Plus. It's a potting mix. That's important, not to use garden soil, but to use potting mix when you're doing containers, because the garden soil has a lot of sludge and silt and crap in it, and it bleeds out the bottom of your pots and stains your surfaces. I learned that the hard way. All right. Okay. She is done for now. I'm going to just give everything a little drink. Don't be alarmed. I know that some of these plants are in here as cuttings, but this is very well draining. Greg did drill holes in both the top and the bottom. So just, giving this a gentle little rinse is not going to harm the cuttings at all, and it will give some support and encouragement to the rooted plants. So together, and I'll do this about once a week in the warmer months. So together we'll see how it goes. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.